Are luxury leather bags in trouble? That's what we're going to be discussing today. And we've a lot to talk about, so stick around. Hi everybody and welcome back. Yes, today we are talking about luxury bags. Is the industry in deep trouble? Before we go on with that, I want to give a big shout out to Caroline Wilson 2327. Hi Caroline, how are you? Mwah. And the beautiful fragrance of today, if you like, tuberose. I'm not mad on tuberose and everything, but in this it is just divine. The notes as always will be on screen, and this is Armani Privé Rouge Malachite, one of my top fragrances in my collection and a beautiful one for Christmas, just absolutely divine. Now, I've watched a couple of videos of other luxury YouTubers, one being Tanner Leatherstein, one being Super Jacob. A few people got involved in this conversation, and that was, I think, a reason why I haven't been doing handbag videos. I know I did a good few hauls and whatever else, but they're high street and higher end high street. So, the luxury industry, is it in trouble? Is the handbag industry in trouble? Well, as Tanner Leatherstein said, he's unbelievable. He deconstructed a Polène bag, and Polène are amazing quality. They're known for their quality. I don't have one myself, but hopefully I'll get one in the future. But I just have heard about their amazing quality, their craftsmanship, their design, their sophisticated, their price, the internal support structure on the inside of the bag, and the accessories are just right up there with the likes of Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and we all know about the quality issues that those brands have had. So that is another point he was making, and he was also saying that basically Polène give you the craftsmanship and the quality of leather without the status. So for people who don't care about status, Polène is just amazing, even though they're climbing up there now as well. Whereas over in LV and let's say Chanel and Dior, places like that, that basically it's an engineered quality that is being perceived and shown to us, the consumers. So it's up to us to educate ourselves enough to know about these things and to kind of go, well, you know, make the choice, make the decision, because the power is in your purse. Now you could say, yeah, but Viv, you've got a lot of handbags. I have, but I've slowed down a lot on the handbags because basically of quality issues. I've seen so many videos on the stitching was wrong, the Chanel flaps were crooked, Chanel 22, I know Super Jacob had issues with his, there's canvas melting on LV bags, there's all different types of quality issues where the big houses, the big conglomerates are saving their cash on the quality control, and us, the consumer, are basically paying the price. So also the Business Times has also said that China is basically has opened up a lot slower after the pandemic, and so the Chinese tourists are not kind of as many as they used to be over here, and so you know, people aren't spending on the bags. People are now spending on hotels and restaurants, and as even Super Jacob said in his video, and I will link it down below, that even the top places like Dior, Chanel, Gucci and Hermes, they're all investing in experiences in coffee shops, in restaurants and things like that. So basically they know that the Gen Z is coming up, and I've actually noticed it with my daughter Katie. Katie is not really into bags at all, and for my OGs out there who might remember the Louis Vuitton Alma BB that I bought for Katie, in the end she decided, you know what Mom, I don't use that bag. She's 2 bags that she uses and that's it. So we sold it because there was just no point. So yes, I have noticed big time that Gen Z, they're much smarter, they're much more in tune with, I suppose, between social media and TikTok. TikTok is very good for, I suppose, exposing a lot of this end stage capitalism that's going on. A lot of the bigger companies that's why they want TikTok closed down, because they don't want you or I educated on this whole kind of system. And I think it's very important to take note of what's going on around us. I also want to talk about the cultural shift that's going on in the world. Basically from, say, our generation down, there's a huge cultural shift between social media again, the Greta Thunberg age group, and I just think that the mindset of the younger generation are definitely more in tune with games, scams, all of that kind of stuff. They've been brought up with it, so they're just not falling for it anymore. So I just, you know, it'd be interesting to know what you think. I think the whole world is going through a bit of a revolution at the moment, and everything has changed so fast in the last 10 years that I think it will definitely change the luxury space. But how it will, I mean, as it again remains to be seen, because obviously there's always going to be luxury there, but how it will change, how it will evolve is always going to be very interesting. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. The figures also for the higher end companies were down a lot. Valentino, I think, have sold 30% of their shares in their company to Kering, and basically 1 or 2 huge conglomerates are going to own the whole industry, and we will be left behind. Really, that's what's going on. So it's just something I wanted to touch on. I know a lot of people are into, and I love my bag from Ateliers Auguste. I love this bag. And also I've seen I haven't got one, but the Demili Meister, I think that bag is gorgeous. A lot of the, as we know, the quieter luxury is kind of more on trend now. And to be very honest, I was out shopping the other day in Blanchardstown, which is our local kind of shopping mall, and I was in one of the shops and there were so many people with fake Louis Vuittons. And it would put you off wearing your own, because you're like, does everyone think I'm going to be wearing a fake? It's that kind of, do you look poor now wearing a Louis Vuitton, because everyone knows there's so much counterfeit market out there. It's just something to consider. I know that Neiman Marcus were also struggling, and I think they were being sold to Bergdorf Goodman. It's just happening all over the world. People are waking up and kind of going, right, maybe it's not a good time to be buying luxury. As I said again, people want to now invest their extra funds on restaurants, coffee shops, experiences like Gen Zs. And I've noticed myself that the Preloved Market, the prices have gone way down. Also, they're not selling as quickly. Things are just not selling as quickly because people don't have funds for all the extra handbags. Now, I know there's going to be obviously a lot of luxury YouTubers who are still going to be doing lots of unboxings with handbags, and you might go, well, Viv, you did, in the clothes, but that's a different kind of department. So I just think that it is kind of a tetchy time in the luxury community, and for everybody, with like between energy bills, the economy, what's going on all over the world, people are a lot more cautious as to where they're putting the money. They're kind of probably going to wait off a while. The stock market, as I said, is down as far as the luxury community is involved. I think, was it Valentino or Kering had predicted a 20% growth, then they changed that to 10%, and now Super Jacob was saying this, they're guessing between 5 and 12%, if that. So it's strange times for the luxury community. Now, I know there'll always be people able to afford the top tier in luxury, but the mainstream, and that's the other problem with what's happening with the likes of Chanel and their quality issues. They're mass producing their bags, and it just doesn't feel like luxury anymore. Doesn't feel like a luxurious experience. I know Cassie Thorpe talked about this as far as queuing and lines, and I mean, your time is luxury. Time is, I always say, the most important commodity that we have is our time. It's precious, it's a luxury, and nobody wants to spend it standing in a queue to play a game that basically we know is a game, and it's just not right. It's definitely not luxury. So it's something I would love to hear from you guys, what you think, what your thoughts on luxury. Have you stopped buying luxury? Have you stopped buying luxury bags? Have you changed different brands? Have you changed your mindset, or are you just the same? I would love to open up this conversation and let me know what kind of video you want to see going forward, because I know a lot of you are sick of unboxings. So I'd love to hear how I could be of more value in my videos going forward, and what you want to see and what you want to hear. And until next time, be kind, be safe, be compassionate. Love you lots. Mwah.